here to present the only speaker which we have in today's meeting, which is Marianne Burroughs DTM. She will be giving her speech from Advanced Manual Interpersonal Communication Project 2, The Successful Negotiator. The purpose of speech is for the speaker to give a brief speech explaining the negotiation process, how to negotiate to receive something he or she wants. Then there will be a role play with a partner to demonstrate the process, followed by brief discussion with audience and partner to evaluate the presentation. And it's an advanced project, so the time is 10 to 14 minutes collectively. There will be 3 steps. First step, explain how to be a successful negotiator, which will be timed as a 4 to 5 minutes. So 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes. That's how the clock will work. Role play will be 3 to 5 minutes again. So 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes. Informal discussion will go 2 to 3 minutes, which means green on 2, orange on 2.5, and red on 3. Title of the speech, How to be a Successful Negotiator. How to be a successful negotiator, Marianne Burroughs.
Since this particular speech is also going to be an evaluation at the end of the speech, we won't have a regular evaluator because we don't have one, but Dave kindly offered to fill out my paperwork. So fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, negotiation. How many of you feel like you have to negotiate a lot in your life? Okay, most of you have a hand up. Well, the facts are we get to negotiate almost every day of our lives in sometimes small ways, sometimes big ways. And believe it or not, you've been negotiating since the time before you could even speak. You would cry. You were negotiating with your mom. Mom, I need my diapers changed, or I need something to eat. And you would continue to cry until mom came over and took care of your needs. And hopefully, we've grown up a little bit and we don't cry or whine when we want something any longer. But today we're going to work on finding some tips on how to become a better negotiator. And we negotiate for all types of things. Maybe having your children put their toys away, or where you're going to go to lunch today. Or maybe you're in a business where you have to negotiate with millions of dollars with another company. So whether it's a small way of negotiating or some what we would call major way of negotiation, it's very helpful to have good, sound tips to be able to do that. So number 1, you want to be very clear on exactly what you want to negotiate and what your bottom line is as to what you want to accomplish. Say for instance, Taya asked me, where do you want to go to lunch today? And I went, meh, I don't really care. But then she picked some off-the-wall restaurant that I really don't like food. If I don't have my input, then I don't have the opportunity to negotiate with where I could go. And if you're all right with that, that's fine. But if you care, then it's wonderful to have your input. So we want to be able to make sure we know what we want and what our bottom line is. Number 2 is you want to make sure you find out what the other party wants from this negotiation. And you want to do your best to work with each other to make it a win-win situation. Have you ever had a negotiation with somebody who said, it's my way or the highway? It's not a lot of fun to negotiate with somebody like that. You feel like you've lost before you even get started. So you really want to think of this as a process, a rather fluid process sometimes, where you both give and take until you come to a win-win situation. You want to be friendly, you want to be cheerful, you want to acknowledge the other person in the steps that take place in this negotiation. Sometimes you might have a bottom line, but due to circumstances, it may change later. For instance, you may be selling your house, and you've got your bottom line. I don't want to sell this for any less than this. But then you find another house, and now you're paying mortgages for 3 months. And suddenly you decide, maybe I can lower the price of that house because I really don't want to continue to have, 2 mortgages. So again, negotiations can be very pliable and flowing. So whenever you want to again, get your ideas across. You want to do it in a place where it's very comfortable, a quiet setting, and they often suggest that you either meet in the morning or late afternoon. You don't want to do it right after lunch. Sometimes you're a little foggy, and you certainly don't want to do it too late in the evening because a lot of people aren't at their top game. So at this time, I'm going to ask Stacy to come up front with me, and we'll pull our chairs to the front. And we'll begin the timing in a different timing. And Stacy and I have not rehearsed this. All Stacy knows is we're going to negotiate about where we're going to go on vacation. So Stacy, we usually like to get together and go on vacation once every 2 years for a major vacation, and it's getting close to that time. So do you have any thoughts or ideas about where you would like to go this time?
Yes, I do. I have some ideas.
Can you share some of those with me?
I was thinking maybe going to Europe, somewhere in Europe.
Right, that's a good place. Well, I'll tell you, Stacy, I like the idea of going to Europe. In fact, I like the idea of going anywhere. I love to go on vacation, so that's not a problem. But I'll tell you, since the time I was a little girl, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. And I happened to find this like amazing deal on the internet. So do you think it's possible that we could hold off on your trip to Europe until our next major trip and maybe go to Hawaii instead?
I think I've been to Hawaii.
Oh,
I'm not sure I want to go back there.
Oh, no. Wrong answer. No.
But maybe there's a part of Hawaii that there's some islands I haven't been to.
Have you ever been on a cruise to Hawaii?
No.
All right, see, this would be a whole totally different adventure.
Okay.
And think about it, we could just sit back and relax and just take in the scenery. And if we want to go on some of the tours, we can, but if not, we can just chill. And I know, especially with your move to the new location, you've worked really hard and put in a lot of extra hours. So do you think we could work on that? Think that would work?
Sure. I think you could look into that.
Sounds good. Well, how?
Other reasons.
Sounds like a reasonable plan. Okay, so in the trip to Hawaii, you mentioned you've already been there. Are there places in Hawaii that you might want to explore that you haven't done before?
Sure, the other islands.
Okay. All right, well, let's make this work so that we can both enjoy our next trip together.
Okay.
Thank you for spending time with me and figuring this out. And I'm really looking forward to our next vacation. Yay! Okay. All right, and then the third part is evaluation from anyone that has any comments in regard to our interplay or anything with the rest of the speech. Yes, Cindy.
I like the way, Marianne, even though Stacy conceded to going to Hawaii, I like that you still offered at the end, oh, have you been to other places and you would like to see the other islands? So I thought that was a nice touch, too, in case she wasn't 100%.
Right. We really want to work with each other to make sure it's a win-win situation. Yes?
And I like that you probed for her real thoughts and feelings, because you very often have to do that in a negotiation.
Right. Yes?
I appreciate the body language that I saw you switch out very quickly, relating to her body language. And it happened just in a moment's notice. I saw that you put your hands together and you were almost communicating, let's get together and talk, let's be together on this.
Nice.
I often will point to a person, which,
Right.
and so I like the way that you're not like rigid. You just are showing oneness, and I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and that's a good point. In our communications, we are using body language, and sometimes that body language speaks louder than our words. And if it's a harsh movement, then that can defer what you're trying to accomplish as well. Anything else? All right. If nobody else has any, I'll go sit down. Actually, I'm the Toastmaster, so I'll just get my paper.